And we can see that this game started off a little bit like the last two, with Jim slowing Jaedong down a little bit with a pylon block. So we've got Jaedong trying to go up to a fast 3 base, whereas Jim is Forge expanding once again.
Yep, this time actually Jaedong did not send a drone across the map, so he didn't try to build a hatchery. Nothing crazy happened. What is kind of crazy though, man, is that these two Zerglings just walked up to Jim's base.
There's 2 Zerglings in my base. I don't think he sounds like White Raw when he says that, though.
No, probably not. He sounds perhaps a little bit like.
He's like, Ni hao, Zerglings.
Shusha.
Thimbledole.
Go away, shusha. Cybernetics Core is in production, Zealot in production now as well, so it's going to take a little while for Jim to that he can actually take care of these links. It's kind of annoying, now he's forced to pull 3 probes as well. He did drop a pylon in the natural of Jaedong, but we saw Jaedong just expanding below that, and then he just took his third base as his natural.
Jim. He's pulling a lot of probes to chase these 2 lings. I guess he doesn't want to take the risk of letting these Zerglings do any actual damage, so... so good job so far, just of deflecting any actual damage. Oh no, 1 probe is going to fall, but finally he cleans it up. That was so much lost mining time, Kev.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. And above all, it also slowed Jim perhaps down in his stack a little bit. If you want to drop something, he had to wait. Even though the core just finished up, it's just annoying. You lose mining time. Everything is a little later. You don't want to drop a pylon in your main, because then the Overlord knows where the pylon is, and he will most likely know where to look for additional tech buildings and stuff. So it's annoying, it's frustrating, and it's a nice little opening for Jaedong.
For now, it's 29 harvesters against 31 harvesters, and neither side really choosing a path. Jaedong just in drones mode, taking his double gas at about the 6-minute, 10-second mark. This is so like typical Stefano style. At 6:15 double gas, and you know, we heard months and months ago when Jaedong first joined EG that he really modeled his ZVP after Stefano. So pretty cool to see that those influences still carry over in the Heart of the Swarm.
Definitely. I am very curious though what Jim is going to do with this Robo Man. We've seen Jim do a lot of really aggressive builds before. Every now and then it's just a good old Sentry Immortal all in. I saw this ridiculous build of him where he does this when instead of like with 7 or 8 gates and a Prism, he just goes with 2 Immortals and only 4 gates. So it's a lot quicker. You can march across the map at like 8 minutes and 30 seconds rather than leaving your base at the 9-minute mark. It's just all a little quicker, but he was delayed quite a bit this time in the start of the game, so I don't think that he wants to go for the same build necessarily. Did Jaedong spot the robotic facility yet? No, he didn't.
And he's got an Overlord moving. His wings see it, I wonder. He sees something. He saw that. No. He saw the Chrono Boost spinning. Now he sees it. Overlord's going to get in range just in the nick of time. So now Jaedong knows exactly what he's playing against and can prepare accordingly. Zergling speed starting up. Roach Warren finishing up.
He's still going to send the second Overlord in. He wants to make sure that it's not like cancelled again, even though it finished already. He's like,
I saw a completed robot. Did you kill it?
Was it a fake robotics facility? You know. You see 3 additional gates going down right now, though. But this is not the type of game where it would only be with 4 gates. It's just all a little too late for that. So now we see 4 additional gates going down. It's a 5-gate robo build right now. But I'm not sure if he really wants to move out now already. Jaedong immediately starts producing roaches as well. He knows what time it is. Yep. He knows he's going to have to worry about a very, very aggressive Jim.
Not going to make the same mistake twice. This time stopping around 56 drones, 57 drones. He's got a couple more popping out, so he's going to have 60.
This is a much more...
but this is a very reasonable time to stop. More gates going down for Jim, though, so... it's looking more and more like he wants to get aggressive, Kev.
Yep, this is not like with the 4 gates. This is like right now just a good old 7 gate, or is it even 8s already? I don't think he saw all the gateways. There's no way.
How about the Immortals? If you saw the Immortals, that can give it away. And we see Lings in production, Roaches in production, and you know, Army upgrades in production. So Jaedong looks like he is expecting something.
He's also on 60 drones, and that's just a healthy amount of drones to already start making units. It doesn't really slow you down anymore, but it can save you. It can keep you in the game. Taking a look at Army Supply right now, it's 36 against 42. Of course, Jaedong's Army Supply is going to explode soon with all those roaches that are on the way. Yep. But still, he's going to have to somehow get a really good engagement. This is not enough. He's running into 3 Immortals.
Uh-oh, going to lose some roaches for free. He was probably paying attention to his Overseer, which is scouting the main base right now.
That's a lot of gateways.
Oh, I think I might be under attack. As Jim is now knocking at the edge of Jaedong's creep. There is no observer.
He's only 16 Army Supply ahead. Okay, he does have 13 roaches in production, so it's going to be a lot more soon. I love what Jaedong is doing, just trying to slow down Jim a little bit more.
Good force fields indeed. 3 perfect force fields, and the roaches melt away, and Jim continues to add to his Army Supply.
This is well done, though. He's going to lose that pylon.
But
he still has the Warp Prism. That's the only thing that truly matters. He's going to lose that pylon as well. Those units are also behind him. So Jim's gonna have to worry about the flank, and the longer this goes, the better it is for Jaedong, because more and more roaches are on the way right now. We have 27 roaches.
His whole army's behind Jim, so what if Jim just walks up his ramp?
Oh yeah, there are 27 roaches on the map. That's not his whole army. But basically his whole army is outside of his main. This is going to be really hard. Jaedong's doing such a good time installing Jim though.
So much time just running around, and Jim is
But
really
still.
taking his time choosing when to commit, and those are
5 roaches
okay
for
force
free.
fields. Okay force fields. Maybe not the ones that he wanted. More force field going. There's a lot of sentries though. Jim's trying to work his way into a corner. There's some really good force fields going down. Roaches do get up on top of the gateway units. One immortal should go down, and those force fields expiring. Jaedong's doing a great job of thinning out this Protoss army, but does he have enough? Yes, he kills off the last of the immortals.
Where is the Warp Prism, man? The Warp Prism was just idling over here. He really, really needed the Warp Prism to pick up those Immortals. That was a big mistake by Jim. It is not over yet, though. It's still a scary push, and Stalkers can be very good as well. But if there are still Immortals, it would have been a lot harder.
With enough sentries, he can maybe force through that ramp and take out the third, but I feel like Jim has lost the real fighting strength of this army. Time Warp going down on some roaches as Jaedong continues to throw units at Jim, and Jim cannot create units at the same rate as Jaedong. He's just losing too many Stalkers, Roaches, and Lings constantly being added to the fight. Jim continues to push, continues to warp in. Do you think he's got enough staying power with this army?
As you said, man, it's really hard. It's 60 drones against 45 probes. This is such a difficult position to be in as a Protoss as well. It's like, do I still want to commit to this? Is it all or nothing right now? I guess it is. He's going to warp in additional sentries. He's going to have 4 right now. That's not a crazy amount of sentries. It's super, super close. 12 more roaches on the way. We have 17 roaches against 12 Stalkers, a Mothership Core, a bunch of
Man,
Zealots.
this is so close. Jim's really playing with fire, walking up this ramp. Jaedong gets his army right on top of the Protoss, though, and these roaches are going to trade very well with just pure Zealot Stalker. Still, though, Jim constantly reinforcing, and he does have that War Prism still in a warping in pylon very close by. These roaches are thinning. 20 more. I think the Lings are going to turn the tide, though, Kev.
Yeah, he's still like 20 supply ahead. Drones being pulled now as well. Even if it's just for the split moment, that might be good enough. The Mothership Core goes down, so he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. That's a weird force field.
If Jim's going to hold, he needs Zealots, and he is going to warp some Zealots in. But look at the Lings streaming out, and I think that's going to do it. Jaedong surrounds and kills the last of the Stalkers. It was like 5 minutes of action, but really, truly, this push was held when those Immortals went down.
Yep, fantastic hold by Jaedong though, just keeping those injects up all the time. He had 10, 12, 13 roaches in production, and that's really what kept him alive. And right now, Jaedong in a really, really good position. We can see Jim, he's gonna go back to Immortal production, but he's gonna mine out his main in the near future, and he just doesn't have the infrastructure and the tech to take it to a base right now.
Man, a great hold by Jaedong, just so impressive. He's got a lot of units up on that ramp, so
he's like, no, you're not gonna zone me out. And then Jim's like, maybe I can zone you in.
he's gonna try, but down come the roaches, and Jim's gonna give up on that idea, at least for the time being. Now in game number 1, he did a great job of hiding that Warp Prism for a long time and then bringing it back to be pesky. We'll see if he tries something like that here on Akalon Waste. Jim having to bust down his own wall just to take the third base.
I don't think that's for the third base, man. I think that's, well, he's building 1 probe right now. But I think if you want to take a third base, he could have just taken down these rocks. I actually think that he might just wants to go for another push. You know, if the 2-base push doesn't work, let's try it again.
And if at first you don't succeed.
Yeah. But Jaedong dropped Hydralisk then immediately as soon as he defended that push for real and for good. And Hydralisk are, of course, absolutely fantastic against Sentry Immortal.
Jaedong also never went back to droning. This is no doubt because he has vision of both Jim's potential third base locations.
As soon as he defended, he did make a couple of drones when he knew he was safe for a while, because he fell back to 51 drones because he pulled drones for a split moment. And now he's back to 66. But he didn't overdo it, and that's the most important thing. And these Hydralisks, man, they're going to be worth their weight in gold. Even if they don't wait very much.
That's very true. There are 3 more Immortals in the army of Jim, so he has some fighting strength, but the Hydras are so incredibly good against gateway units. We say it all the time, but they just deal damage so incredibly fast. Hardened Shields is not that effective against something that shoots as fast as a Hydra. Here comes Jim with what will probably be his final push of the game.
I mean, maybe with the best force fields in history. Oh, that's a start.
Oh, those are great force fields indeed. He's going to kill a lot of Hydras for free, so a good beginning. Jaedong, however, with a big flanking force coming up from behind. Jaedong's going to engage right on top of this army. Roaches and Hydras and Lings, oh my. And Jim force fielding very well. 1 Immortal in the middle is the keystone of this attack, but I don't think it's going to matter as everything melts away. Good game.